Start rolling.
You can't say the word rollin' anymore because then I think of the Limp Bizkit song.
Oh, I think of Rolling on the River.
No. Keep
And I don't
rolling,
know what
rolling.
that, like, says about me as a person. Actually, no, it says that I have old parents, which is, like, something I've always been incredibly transparent about.
Yes. Limp Bizkit was cool when I was in like middle school, I'd say.
Is Limp Bizkit new metal?
Suppose you could say
Is
that,
that what
but
that would be
I'm
considered? All I know is that Tobias Forge has beef with new metal and everyone makes fun of it.
yeah, I don't really know the subgenres.
I don't either.
No.
I am a baby metalhead,
Oh,
which
no, I
should
wouldn't
not
call
be
it that. Now that
surprising
I'm thinking
information
about
to
it.
anybody.
It's
Although,
like
speaking of baby metalhead stuff, Sleep Token sweatshirt,
nice.
their new album dropped, and it is so soul shatteringly good. It's like I'll send this. I'm writing this down right now so I don't forget this because this screenshot is absolutely hysterical, and I think it like just says a lot about what Sleep Token sounds like versus how the band members act slash are, because their latest album is just like scream into a pillow, like emotionally devastating. And then, literally, not 24 hours after this album dropped, the bass player, he just goes by, like, all the members of Sleep Token just have, there's Vessel, and then there's 2, 3, and 4. And 3 was on Instagram, posting on his Instagram story, like, a picture of, like, a toy car that looks like Jar Jar Binks, and it just says, "No time to explain, get in the car, Binks." I was like, sir, you have been breaking hearts for the last 24 hours, and this is what you're doing? So, writing that down for posterity right now. Sleep Token. Shitpost. I'll know what that means later, right?
The genre for Limp Bizkit, and it's listed as new metal rap rock.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy it. I mean, the. Whatever the, actual. Whatever Rammstein describes themselves as is like 3 words, and it's all in German. And I don't know, it's like new German industrial something. Which, like, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, well, my one of my two favorite bands, Los Campesinos, is described as punk influenced Welsh indie pop.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Honestly, I think if you break really down into it, Ghost is probably like, I think the most accurate assessment of Ghost I've seen is like a cult arena rock or something like that, or like a cult arena hard rock. Which, like, yeah. Yeah. The other day, he figured out that he can launch himself up to the window and sit there, and it's become another favorite spot of his. He likes the window.
And they get to smell the outside.
Which is why I think he's really gonna like supervised outdoor time when I eventually get him used to his harness. I have been
Mm-hmm.
doing little training sessions, and I also did get like flea medicine, like preventative for him. So supervised outdoor time is happening in the near future. It's just a matter of when.
He likes the window because you know when he's just laying there looking out the window, he's not doing anything bad.
It's fantastic. Yeah, no, I love it. I love when I like well, I'm like, it's been too quiet. And I step out and he's just like really engaged and looking out the window, and I'm like, okay, I'm safe for at least another 30 minutes.
It's like when when parents set their kids in front of a TV.
Precisely.
It's cat TV.
Although,
Yeah.
speaking of him making trouble, this little fucking shithead that I love with my whole heart, um, I got another, like, mat to put under his litter box because the one that I initially had under there was kind of small, and he kept, like, folding it upwards over itself, and it wasn't doing the thing of keeping him from tracking litter onto the carpet. So I got him a new, even bigger one. I've had it for like 2 days. I came home and he just shredded it while I was gone. Just annihilated this thing for no fucking reason. Like, it's the exact same material, like same brand, same material as the other litter mat, and he like never had any interest in like tearing the other one apart in the way that he did with this one. So I just, why?
This was a new thing. Like, he didn't really notice the old one because it was one new thing amongst a bunch of new things when he first moved in.
Very possible.
So, I don't know. You need Jackson Galaxy.
But yeah, mommy's little asshole.
Jackson Galaxy will tell you how to fix it. The Cat Whisperer.
I don't think this boy can be whispered to.
Have you watched any Jackson Galaxy videos?
No. I will be honest with you there, I haven't.
He is super cool.
I just realized that I forgot to put on literally all of my jewelry. Damn, I feel naked now. I worked an overtime shift today, so we're recording slightly later than usual, and I also had less time to prepare beforehand than usual, so you're now seeing the effects of that, I guess. Anyway, what's up with you, bestie?
Oh man, just today decided that I'm going to Toronto for the weekend, so
What's in
booked myself
Girly, what's in Toronto?
conference.
Oh, fun. I was cool. I
This
don't
new
know what I
conference.
was assuming it was going to be, and I don't know why I was surprised when you said conference, because I was like, wait, that's the answer that makes the most sense.
Yeah. Well, it could have been like a concert or something, because a lot of bands go to
That's where my
Toronto.
brain went initially.
Yeah. Yeah, there have been a lot of times where that's happened. That one of my favorite bands is like playing, but the closest is Toronto. No, but it's like it's the same conference that was in Paris last year, and I wasn't gonna go. And then today I was like, well, I didn't use all my funding for the year. Booked myself a hotel, and I'm just gonna go.
All
I mean, it's
right.
only like 2 hour and 45 minute drive from here.
Sure, why not? That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Toronto for the weekend, hang out with the Canadians.
I love it.
Hmm,
So that's cool.
cool. So,
Yeah, aside from my having worked an overtime shift, the biggest thing that's happening in my life right now is just, man oh man, so much is going on with Ghost, and it's really, really fun. Because the tour started, which just means this massive, constant, almost constant influx of just like new pictures and videos of Papa and the Ghouls, and it's really, really exciting. And also, there's two new ghouls in the lineup. Uh, I'll just refer to them by their like fan assigned stage names because it's going to get confusing otherwise. But Aether and Sunshine are not on this tour apparently, or at least not the Europe leg of the tour. So we got two new ghouls, and it was really fun to watch Twitter like decide their nicknames in real time. So now we have Phantom and Aurora. Judge me as you see fit.
based on,
Huh?
is it just based on names they like?
The Phantom thing was because he kind of showed up like nobody had any idea that like Aether wasn't gonna be like touring with Ghost this time. And also the EP that Ghost just released is called Phantomime, so we're like, he popped up out of nowhere after the release of this one. We'll call him Phantom. And I don't really know how Aurora is the one that stuck, because for a hot minute it was because the other they call the ghouls that are females, they call them the ghoulettes. And for a while it was Cirrus, Cumulus, and Sunshine. It's like, oh, sky motif. And for a hot minute, people were like, oh, another ghoulette, we should call her Nimbus. Which I personally was a fan of, but for whatever reason, Aurora was like, there was a tie between those two for a hot minute, and Aurora stuck. But also, she has big princess vibes, so like, I get it. Like, some of the first footage that was like shared by fans of her is her just like up on her little platform doing like lots of like twirls and curtsies and little flourishes, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. Big princess vibes.
The Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, that too. That also came up, but yeah, exciting times for people who are insane. Me.
Me sane?
Hmm?
Does that make me sane?
No. No, it does not. Just, not in this one way.
Yeah, just
Oh, and also, I don't know if you saw this. Here I am saying that this is a thing that I posted on my Finsta which is supposed to be the, your private Instagram that people don't actually see. But here's me exposing myself to potentially the entire internet. But an absolute banger from my Finsta was just me captioning a photo, just a random like picture of Copia, because this is a thing that's been happening to me a lot lately. And the caption was, I don't know if you saw this, do you ever get so obsessed with a band slash get so excited for a concert that you can't actually think about it for that long, otherwise you might start crying, or are you normal? Because I have had to like stop myself from continuing to think about it on a couple occasions now, because I was like, if we go down this road, like, emotions are going to happen. Judge me as you see fit. I don't know what this necessarily says about me as a person. Probably nothing good.
Excited?
But I'm having fun, and if that bothers anyone, go fuck yourself.
I was laughing because, like, 20 seconds ago, Oliver just turned and looked right into the camera.
Are you ready for your close-up, my son?
I just happened to glance up and he was, yep, like that.
Hi. Hi. Oh, you give me a blink? Thank you, my son.
I suddenly felt very perceived.
That really is just life with a cat. It's like you're just chilling there and then suddenly they are watching you.
Sense it. Like, there are eyes on me, aren't there?
Mm-hmm. So that's my life.
Nice.
Sips tea. Do you have anything that you'd like to share before we get into it for today?
You know, really?
All right,
No.
fair enough.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything.
Well, I balanced it out by oversharing.
I mentioned I'm going to Toronto. That's my thing.
There you go. So the first thing that we have for today, let me copy this link real quick so we can put it in the chat.
Oh, I can mention one fun thing that I was at trivia on Monday.
Yes.
I don't know if this is the first time this has happened, but it's like right by a college campus by RIT.
Yeah, I went to trivia with you that one time.
Yeah, so there's a lot of well, not everybody that would listen would know that.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So it tends to be a lot of college students that are there and kind of around that age. And while I was sitting there, the B reel went off. So like, I immediately look around and people are just whipping their phones out.
Yep.
And I just kind of took a general picture of the room, and then a guy at the table behind me said, "Excuse me, could you take my B-reel for me?" And he like posed, and
Oh my god, I love it.
In the self-facing camera of his B-reel. Some
That's
random
fun.
guy. Yeah.
I finally figured out how you do that thing where you like flip the camera fast enough that you get the same picture.
I noticed that. How?
You just gotta time it right.
Interesting.
I would see my friends doing it for so long, and I was like, how did you do it? And then I finally tried doing it myself, and I was like, oh, wait, it's not that hard.
You just have to be fast.
You just have to be fast. But yeah,
okay.
Did you appreciate my, one, what my B-roll was, and two, what my caption was?
The tape?
Yeah, baby's first cassette purchase.
Oh, I guess I didn't see the caption.
Oh, yeah, I bought a cassette tape for the first time in my life. Yes, it is Ghost.
That's a good
But
time.
I did buy a cassette tape, which I thought you would appreciate.
Yeah. It was fun to be in a place that, I mean, it was really crowded. So like, and all those people that are prime,
Prime demographic.
Yeah. It was a real good time.
Anyway, the first discussion point I have for us is a tweet from @LouisaTheLast, and it reads thusly: "Had the opportunity to ask any sort of icebreaker question I wanted in a team meeting today, and so I chose to ask everyone what their most embarrassing fashion choice as a child was. Highly recommend." And I thought that would be a fantastic question because I was an incredibly embarrassing child with no self-awareness whatsoever, and I'm kind of looping back around to that point by like discovering that I do in fact just have an incredibly loud, attention-seeking sense of style that I have been repressing a little bit for quite some time. So I figured this could be a fun place for us to share our most embarrassing childhood fashion choices.
Sure. It's a lot.
Oh yeah.
To pick one.
One of the I think most egregious examples is that when I was a kid, I went to summer camp and they were doing one of those things where it's like, oh, you get like the fabric pens and like the little like the like it's like shirt fabric paint, and it has the little teeny nozzle so you can like draw on the shirt with it in
Or
like
like
very fine lines.
uh,
It was that. And it was like, oh, make a shirt. And I drew a picture of Indiana Jones because I was fucking obsessed with Indiana Jones as a child because my dad showed me Raiders of the Lost Ark when I was like 7 and it was all downhill from there. And I think I wrote like the greatest adventure hero of all time on it or something. Was not a very good drawing, but I loved that shirt so much and I would wear it all the time. And I would also wear like an official like branded Indiana Jones fedora because I got it at what fucking Disney park was it? Animal Kingdom? Because they had it in it's like there was like something that had to do with Indiana Jones at Animal Kingdom in Disney, and that was where I went for my 11th birthday because my mom's brother used to live in Florida, and over spring break when we were kids we would go visit him. So that's one of them. Like that was just a thing that I just like wore to Home Depot when my dad was running errands.
right?
Which, like, yeah, I'm sure that's highly on brand. But there you have it.
A lot of mine were not specific. Some were specific to me, but a lot of them were just like the times.
I think so, and that's an interesting thing. So many of mine were so specific to me because I went to such a small school that, like, I feel like we were almost insulated from a lot of the, like, trends that were happening in other middle schools and junior highs because I remember, like, I was just finishing up grade school or I had just started high school and one of our family friends was still in junior high and I remember hearing her mom saying something like, oh yeah, like she wouldn't be caught dead going to school without something that said like Abercrombie and Fitch on it or whatever. And that was not really a thing I had to deal with growing up.
Interesting.
Anyway, I interrupted you. Please continue.
I was just that's right. Anyway, um, I was thinking I wanted to look up a piece of history here for. So one of the things that was like really big when I was a kid was crimping irons. Um,
Okay.
and I was actually kind of curious. That's what I was just Googling. So it was invented in 1972, but peaked in mainstream popularity during the mid 1980s. So it was when I was like a kid. But what we would do is had bangs at that point.
Please tell me you
And
did not
so
crimp your bangs.
no. You crimp everything but the bangs, and then the bangs you get one of those big curling irons and do like the tunnel bangs.
Jesus
But
Christ.
but it's worse than that
Oh
because
no.
half of your bangs would curl under like this, and then you would have some that you curled up like that, so that it kind of gave you some height.
Yeah, so 80s.
Yeah,
Like the feathering.
yeah. But I mean, it was like
Jesus
so you would have
Christ.
two different.
Honestly though, power move.
Yeah, that was the look. Like that was how my mom would do my hair for like special occasions.
I kind of love that. A thing I was really into as a child that was deeply fucking embarrassing was just like I did so much of the like plain white or black long sleeve shirt under a graphic tee, like fucking Big Bang Theory type vibe.
Yeah.
Deeply fucking embarrassing.
For some reason, middle school, I thought layering was like super cool.
No,
Like
for
if
real.
I was
And
two shirts, I was
here's the
extra
thing.
hip, but it's like no, you're just wearing two shirts.
And I think this is so interesting because this is like happening again. Like I have seen so many people who are like 16 putting together these like cute like throwback Y2K vibes outfits and like they frankly Like when they're very curated. And honestly, like I see them and like it's a fucking serve half the time. Like nice, but like that's not what it was. It was not this like, and I was not like, I was like 8 in 2005, but I see people romanticizing the fashion of 2005 by like getting these like again, and they look really good. It's like, oh, this cute like Y2K inspired like, you know, tracksuit or whatever, and it's a whole ass look, but I'm like, you need to understand that that's not what it was. Like just Google any like, for example, like Kids Choice Awards red carpet, and you will see somebody wearing Uggs and jeans with a skirt over the top of it.
Yeah, if it's cute and cool, it is not authentic
No,
because
like the 2000s fashion wise, lawless wasteland.
in 2005 I was in college.
And like again, these cute like ooh Paris Hilton inspired Y2K
No.
throwback tracksuit fits. Like they look great, but it's because it's inspired by and then very heavily stylized and curated. You know?
Googled Y2K inspired fashion.
And when inspired, it's a look.
There's a lot of variety.
Some of them are looks.
Why are the vast majority of these women so skinny? Like, they look unhealthy. I'm worried about them.
Cocaine.
But, like, even more so than is often the case. Like, I actually thought one of those was like a PSA for a second for eating
Jesus.
disorders. And I'm not, that's not even a joke. That's true. I was like, oh,
No, I
that's
mean I know like and it was terrible, but like I know heroin chic was a thing.
I
But
was just
like
talking about class a couple weeks ago.
can we not fucking bring that back, please?
I told them about Twiggy, the supermodel.
And here's my thing. People are like, "Oh, I can't believe low-rise jeans are coming back, blah blah blah." Wear whatever makes you most comfortable. Wear whatever you feel and look good in. I don't care. Please God, let's not make that the standard again.
Well, that's the thing. That's why they can't come back because they're not capable of just being an option.
Mhm.
They have to take over all the genes.
Yeah, no, like they can be an
No,
option.
I cannot go back to that hellscape
They are allowed to be an option. Which I
because I
think is
know we
one of
talked
the
about.
only good things about the fact that like everyone is in so many small subcultures that it's almost impossible to have like a this is the one thing that's trending among the entirety of X demographic. Like everything just moves too fast at this point, I think.
Do still take over like crop tops.
Yeah, to a
Like
degree.
I haven't been able to find like a new running top in forever because they're all crop tops right now, and
Interesting.
that's
I
just
did not
not
know
me.
that was a problem.
Yeah, so they still take over. And again, when this happened back when I was in high school, this was pre-stretch jeans. So it was
You have
that much
said.
worse. I feel I have like lingering trauma from wearing jeans during that time and shopping for jeans during that time.
Oh, I'm sure.
And when I hear someone say low rise, I'm like, you stop it right now.
You put that sentence back in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have I ever actually asked your stance on crop tops?
I don't know.
Do you have one?
In what sense?
I don't know. Would you ever wear one? Have you ever worn one?
Oh, whether I wear one? No,
Have
it's
you?
just not. I think so.
All right, noted.
But I remember anyway. Who
See,
knows
I
what I
am
was gonna
pro crop top, but only with like mom jeans.
say.
Like it's perfect. That is like 10 out of 10 combo in my opinion.
Yeah, me uncomfortable. I feel like I constantly be trying to pull my shirt down.
Oh no. See, I don't need to. It's perfect amount. Perfect amount of skin showing.
I find the fabric comforting.
That's fair. Yeah, any other embarrassing childhood fashion choices that you would like to share?
So many.
I mean, the floor is yours, bestie.
Cause
We've
yeah,
only been
well,
going for like 20 minutes.
You know. So at the same time as the crimping and tunnel bangs,
Mm-hmm.
there was also the stirrup pants era.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
So you would have the, the stretchy pants with the stirrups on the bottom, but you would always wear them with like oversized sweaters.
You know why I know about the stirrup pants? Not because of Napoleon Dynamite. Like the first time I ever saw those, Polly Pocket clothes.
Interesting.
Because I was a child who wasn't paying attention to trends, but children's toys were.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a good time. That was also one of the things that I would do when I was like dressing nice in the late 80s, early
Stirrup
90s.
pants, really?
Because
Wow.
they're nicer than like jeans.
Okay.
Because they're,
Interesting.
there's denim, like jeans are supposed to be like work pants as opposed to these, which are, I have some pictures somewhere, man. I should have dug out some pictures.
See, I think it's interesting that you say that they're supposed to be nicer than jeans because I feel like what was the material of the average stirrup pant? It was legging like, if I'm not mistaken.
Spandexy material. Cotton spandex.
I feel like anything sort of cotton spandex stretchy is a step down from jeans often and the niceness tier. I don't know if that is a common sentiment.
Like,
And maybe this is just
legitimate.
informed by the amount of insufferable discourse about how about like, oh, women are gross for wearing leggings and yoga pants in public.
Well, they were as tight as that, though.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah. So they weren't like, skin clinging. They were just stretchy.
Noted.
Yeah. But I mean, even when you get like the high quality, like dress clothes, they're stretchy cotton.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was how I would dress up. So like a really big day, I would have my stirrup pants and my big sweater and my crimped hair with my tunnel bangs. I have plenty of pictures like that.
I need to see it. I honestly don't, and again, this is me not having lived it. I can see the pants and sweater combo not being that bad.
I couldn't go back to the stirrup pants. Like you could feel the stirrup in your
Oh,
shoes.
I'm sure.
No, I just
Oop,
no thanks.
and I forgot to turn off my ringer. Like an idiot. Apologies, everybody.
I believe I mentioned that I once had a perm, but only on my bangs.
Yes.
I shouldn't even say once. I had it done several times, but it was a period of time.
Okay, so I know that, like, depending on your natural hair texture, a lot of times when people say, oh, I got a perm, it's either your curly hair is now straight or your straight hair is now curly. What exactly was going on with you, bestie? Well, yeah, your hair's straight, but generally, if you do have naturally curly hair, or if you do wear your hair curly, the one thing that you're not wearing like that, if you have it, is bangs.
Yeah, no,
So you curled the bangs.
yeah, just the bangs were permed. I think it
Fascinating.
was I think it was kind of like a volume thing.
Okay, so more of like a blowout than actual like curl.
No, it was a perm. Like they put the rollers in, the chemicals and all that. It was a perm.
But like it looked like we're not talking like spirals, correct?
Like brush it out so it was more like kind of waviness.
That is bizarre.
Yeah. I don't
Sorry.
like again, I think it was like a volume thing because with my bangs they would just kind of separate and this would at least kind of give them a little more
Okay.
um because this was also the era where it was still cool to do like the tunnel bangs and stuff like that, do a lot of curling iron stuff on the bangs.
Mhm.
Um but that took a lot of time and effort that I didn't want to put in at that age. So
Valid.
if you have the perm, you don't have to worry about it. It's
This
just
isn't so much of a fashion choice, it's just a deeply regrettable thing. The amount of time that I spent frying the absolute shit out of my hair from like grades 6 through 12, horrible. Absolutely terrible. And I know I said this to you when I was flat ironing my hair for Saratoga Comic Con. I was like, the the one, the memories that came flooding back, and two, just how well practiced the motions of frying the fucking shit out of my hair still are. Bad vibes.
Like the muscle memory of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did go through a phase where I wore a denim hat every single day.
Like a
Just
bucket
like
hat?
no, like a baseball cap.
Girl, no.
So I had, like the hole in the back, so I would have my hair in a ponytail and just have my denim hat on. I can't remember how old I was. Probably like 10 or 11, something like that. Um, and it was driving my mom nuts, and so she kept telling me, or was it my dad that kept telling me this, that my hair was going to fall out if I kept wearing it? That
That's
pretty
kind
much,
of fun.
yeah. It was a phase.
Oh, in addition to just the various embarrassing t-shirts that I wore as a child, when I was in grade school, one of my things was that I had this pair of combat boots that I really loved, and they were like, they kind of had like a little bit of a frill on the edge because they were, designed for an 11-year-old girl.
Hmm.
And I would always tuck my jeans into them, but they weren't skinny, they weren't skinny jeans at that point in my life. And I would just wear like jeans tucked into combat boots, like with just a t-shirt, and that was the fit.
Hmm.
I was such a lame, weird child.
I did go through a period of time around like 9 years old where I kept tucking my shirts into my high-waisted shorts and stuff, and it just looked very silly.
See, the funny thing is that that's a thing now.
No, I mean there's a difference.
Oh, I'm sure there was, but like
It does not look.
conceptually,
I
it is kind
remember
of technically the same.
it doesn't look the same.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't.
I'm talking like I remember one specific outfit that I had this like yellow t-shirt and I had these orange shorts that
Love
were
it.
drawstring shorts that I would pull
Oh,
my ribs.
okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that, see, I'm thinking like when you say that, I think like, oh, cute, high waisted denim, you tuck it in, like it's a whole look. No.
And but even sometimes in that case it looks really dumb. I have pictures I can show you
I would love
where
to
I
see them.
where I have high-waisted denim shorts with a t-shirt tucked in and just something about it looks so I can't put my finger on it. It just
I
it
mean,
looks so
yeah,
out
sometimes it's just not a serve.
Yeah. I have a picture what particular picture of myself from a family reunion in Florida where I'm dressed like that and I'm like, what is wrong with you? It looks like I don't have a torso or something. It's strange.
Love it. This is
Yeah.
something I
So
absolutely need to see. And just talking about this now is so fascinating because I love dressing in ways that make people stare at me. Like, that is a recent discovery of mine. I genuinely love it so much. So, like,
absolutely.
hmm?
I'm the opposite. I hate it. I don't
Oh
want
my
people to look.
god. When I am wearing, like, all black with my, like, platform spiked demonias and I'm just, like, at my local Target, I see people, like, I can see people staring at me and I love it. Or, like, that one time that I was running errands and I still had the Emeritus eye in, like I saw people being like, "The fuck." I love it. I don't know what it is. Or like when I'm wearing like a Hawaiian shirt tucked into mom jeans with like a ton of jewelry. I love dressing in ways that make people stare at me. I have such a loud sense of style and I am like just now really embracing it. It's so much fun.
Big fan of being perceived.
Oh my god. I like design my outfits sometimes around being perceived. I am like, what is going to make people give me weird looks? And I don't, and like, frankly, it's kind of bizarre that like I am who I am as a person, but also this is a thing that I do. But okay.
I just in these pictures that please don't tell me trucker hats are really coming back.
Oh god, are they? Did you ever have a Von Dutch hat?
No. I wasn't that douchey.
Noted. All right. You know what I
Started to
think it
become
is
cool.
about some of the outfits where I'm really happy, like, being stared at? Because one, I know I'm doing it on purpose. It's not like, oh, people are staring at me because, like, because I'm weird and they can all tell it. Like, they can all sense it. It's like people are staring at you because you have 2-inch spikes on your boots in this Joanne Fabrics. I, I don't know. But one, I feel like that's part of it. And also, like, I feel like those are outfits where I'm like, I feel so fucking cool. It's like, yeah, everybody better fucking look at me. So there's a potential partial explanation.
Sure. Picture I clicked on has 3 people in it. 2 of them are wearing trucker hats.
Bad.
And it says, like it or not, gaudy Y2K style is roaring back. And it was an article in Vogue.
No.
Like,
But also,
you,
again, wear whatever the hell you want.
you can have some things. Again, the low-rise jeans or whatever, it's fine as long as it's just an option and doesn't take over. I'm gonna draw the line at trucker hats. I was actually just thinking about Ed Hardy though, which was a little bit later than.
Yeah, that was like
Like,
2008.
but let's not allowed to come back either.
No. No, it
Never.
is not.
Ban on that one. Yeah, none of these fuzzy bucket hats either. Come on. Oh
Oh, I
God.
have a bucket. It's not fuzzy, but I do have a bucket hat.
No, this one's like furry. That I'm looking
Okay,
at.
yeah, that's a bit much. That is a
I
bit much,
just
in my opinion.
no. That the style of that time period was god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking. I started high school in 2000, so these are like my peak high school college years.
Again,
Going back.
look up any sort of like Nickelodeon or Kids' Choice Awards, quote unquote, red carpet. Horrendous.
Yeah, I think it was
No
one of the
drip.
I think it was one of the worst eras for fashion.
Which do you think was worse, the early 2000s or the 80s?
The early 2000s.
Okay, yeah, fair. Definitely fair.
We all know the 90s was peak fashion, but
You're so right. Do we have anything else to say about questionable fashion choices of our own or anyone's in any era? Because if not, we
oh,
can move on.
I forgot I had copied a link to one of the reply tweets that I was gonna put in the
Ooh,
chat. There it is.
yes.
Because I just
Oh, wow.
great haircut. That's not even just like a bowl cut, because it's not a
No.
perfect line around. It has bowl cut vibes. It's just not perfectly round, but it almost looks like it's
Yeah.
curled underneath all the way around.
Man, there's so much to unpack there. Oh, actually, you know what? This brings me to another thing. What do you think about the whole mullets coming back thing? I think it's kind of a vibe.
My dad has a mullet.
Love it.
He's had it
Here's
like my entire life.
and maybe this is just me. Again, I didn't live it. I don't know. People are bringing it back in a fun way. I kind of like it. If I ever wind up shaving my head again, I'm definitely going to give myself a mullet beforehand, just to see what it's like. I just want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think mullets are one thing. Um, rat tails can't come back.
Fair.
I hate a rat tail, and I don't know why it was ever a thing.
I think it's like it's definitely like a thing for a reason in some cultures.
Yeah, it was like all like
But this is
young
not.
white.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think of like trying to keep myself from saying certain things. Yeah, it was mostly young white boys that
It
were.
was a white people fashion choice,
Yes, yes.
which maybe it shouldn't have been, depending on the origin that I will be looking up later.
Tina Turner died.
I know.
I saw that. It scared me because I happened to see on the trending R.I.P. Queen, and I was like, "Who?"
Oh God.
And it was her. So That's why I don't like the look of the trending.
I guess how I found that out.
Hmm.
No, seriously, guess. It's a very obvious answer. How did I find out that Tina
Oh,
Turner died?
oh, oh, yeah. Outlives.
Liza Minnelli outlives. And you know what the thing is? I didn't even text my mom the tweet, but she just texted me just out of the blue. Let me pull this up verbatim. Um Liza Minnelli for the win again. So yeah, rip to a real one. And also, actually, kind of weird slash slightly sad coincidence. On Phantomime, Ghost covered a Tina Turner song, "We Don't Need Another Hero," from
Hmm,
Mad Max. It's a really good
interesting.
cover. I highly recommend. Check it out. But also, just a straight up great song.
Hmm. Sad.
Sad indeed. Anyway,
I said it like an hour ago. It happened. It seems.
um, hmm. See, I'm thinking because
That we don't have time for the charts.
we would have time if it was one chart, but they're kind of a package deal.
Yes.
So do we want to potentially save those for next week and just go right into the weekly worsening? Because I'm sure that there's a lot there.
Yeah. That
Again,
sounds like a
mostly
plan.
just because of who we are as people.
Just worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, no, it doesn't stop. So,
Mm.
with that being said, would you like to start or shall I?
Go for it.
It's mostly Ghost. It's like 99% Ghost related. Again, I'm losing my mind. And like I can't again, I can't think about it for too long. Otherwise, I start doing that thing where, like, you know when a dog gets really, really excited and it kind of sounds like someone's killing them? Yeah, like the whining. Like, I that happened once already.
Like you actually made the sound.
Mm-hmm. Talk to Kyle about it. I was in the car with him when it happened. It was immediately after I bought, like, the day that I bought the tickets, and I was like, oh wait, like, you didn't just like give, like, this wasn't just like a donation. Like, this is an event that's going to happen, and it like actually hit me. And I'm 99% sure I've already told this story. Uh, Probably like the podcast episode that we recorded like most recently after that. But it just keeps happening, especially now that like there's more, like, that there's like the tour has started, footage is being released, things are happening.
Mm-hmm. Getting closer gradually.
It's gradually getting closer. It's reminding me that it's actually going to happen. I am already planning on getting there at like 9 o'clock in the morning,
Start.
like 7 at night.
What are you gonna do?
Die. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I want to
Early.
be on barrier. I will do anything to get Seed. Please, God slash Satan, let me have this. Also, just seeing people on Twitter, like seeing somebody, they're like it was like, oh, 4 hours ago, this is not a drill. I got barrier. 1 hour ago, I got Seed. I got Seed. I was like, please let this be me. Please let this be me. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to like hopefully make that happen. But yeah, I think the theme for my weekly worsening is just in all caps. I cannot stop thinking about it. TM.
Sure. It's in
It's in August. It's in
I
August.
knew it was a few months off, I just couldn't remember exactly when.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because it'll be right after Bodmont Day.
Yeah, so I might be rocking a funky fresh new ghost tattoo at the ritual. We'll see. We'll find out. What the hell? Someone's making a lot of noise outside my window. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Um, you have the floor.
Sure. So it has begun the gathering of the Attack on Titan box sets.
Have
So
you finished the anime yet?
I got a few more episodes.
Because I think Kyle and I are gonna finish it on Friday. That's another way I'm worse.
Yes, yeah, I should plan to finish it off before I leave on Friday.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, the end is nigh.
Yeah. But it came with all these like stickers.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna gradually get all the box sets and add them to my manga shelf back there, and it's gonna be a whole thing. And I
Absolutely love
started
it.
reading them, which is it's interesting because the art style in the books is a little bit different than what's in
Noted.
the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's which is interesting because I feel like that's the first, not that I've read a ton of manga, but like it's the first one where it felt like it's different. But yeah, it's so I'm pretty excited about that. Um, I think where a lot of my worsening is coming in is probably the future worsening of this weekend because I'm going to Toronto and what do I do the first time I go to a city is I look up.
A yarn store.
They have so many.
So you're gonna have a real good time.
There's one called Bistitual.
Amazing.
That's that's what they call it when you knit and crochet. I am bistitual.
Love it.
There's like a knit cafe on here. Oh man, there's so
Okay.
many. There's one where I've been getting their emails for like years because they give free patterns and stuff, but I'm actually going to be buying.
Okay. I was like, why? And then the explanation
Yeah.
was immediate.
Oh, yeah, good grief, yarn and provisions, and these are all like in this condensed area, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, you're gonna have a great time. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't
Plus, I'm
imagine.
gonna be I have lunch on Saturday with my friend who got me into knitting in the first place. So
Oh,
maybe
that's
we'll
so
hit some together.
nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try not to buy a bunch of yarn.
I think we both know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try my very best.
Okay.
Um,
We'll see how it goes.
the other two things I look up when I go to a new city, breweries and record stores.
Hell yes, bestie.
Yeah, I usually try to hit at least one brewery and then hopefully dig through some stacks somewhere.
Hell yes. Well, I expect a full report.
Yeah, oh man, there's a place called Nidomatic, which I just love the retro idea of it.
Ooh.
So there's, man, I gotta narrow it down. I can't probably do all of them, but they're all pretty close.
Unfortunately, probably not, but that's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
And I actually haven't even looked at where they are in relation to my hotel yet, but like,
It's
whatever, it's fine.
fine, whatever.
Um, oh, Queen Street, that's actually where the conference hotel is. Yeah. Oh, the yarn guy.
Alright.
Yarn notions and sewing machines galore.
Big fan.
It's kind of far out there, but I want to go see the yarn guy. Yeah, so it's gonna be
Alright.
like I'm going to a conference, but like,
Is that really what we're here for? I think not.
yeah, like is that the best use?
It's fine.
I hope nobody in my department sees that. Or nobody, nobody telling me if you see the conference some.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
just
as
want to
long as
be
you technically attend, it's
oh,
fine.
yeah.
Or that's what I'm gonna say as a person who doesn't know how any of this works.
Yeah, I mean, you can. It's not like you have to be at specific things. There's just panels, and you kind of go to what you want to go to, and there's overlapping panels all day, and you
Do you
just
know what
kind of.
my stupid ass just thought as soon as you said that? Oh, like a convention.
Yeah. More like Toricon in the sense that there's multiple things going at a time, and you get to pick which ones you want to go to.
Like New York City Comic Con. I hate myself.
You mean the comic convention?
Shut up.
Conference, convention, same thing.
Yeah.
But for nerds who
But,
really like communication,
well, I think they're both for nerds, just different flavors.
except for nerds who really like communication.
Yeah.
specifically. And that's where you get the full array of professor styles, and you
So
see
you've
all
said,
that, like the stereotypes. Oh, and it's so
like,
good.
beige cardigans.
Well, you get a lot of like sport coat over t-shirt guys, you know?
The guy who throws the textbook in the trash on the first day of class and says, "Call me
Yeah,
Mike."
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that. There used to be that whole thing of like homeless or professor, where you had to like saw pictures. And you had to,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of them you wouldn't know that they are probably literally millionaires from all the grants that they've done because they look like, you know.
Because they have one jacket that's falling apart.
I think I've mentioned before that there was a guy, like big name guy, made tons of money that I assisted in grad school in his research, and he dresses head to toe in khaki like every day.
Okay, Colin Robinson.
Yeah, yeah, just all khaki or shades thereof, and that's
Okay.
just what, yeah.
If you can't answer this, that's fine. Are there a lot of hookups at, like, academic conferences?
Probably,
Okay, fair.
probably some. I wouldn't say a lot. Maybe some middling
Okay.
feels right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like probably for like single people who are like back in a place with people that they know from grad school or, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, so it's just a beautiful display of nerdery,
Love
just in a
that.
different way than like Comic Con. It's always a real good time.
You know, honestly, I believe it.
Plus, there's always one night of the conference where I can't remember if I've told you about this before, but like we call it party night, but essentially what it is various schools host receptions, usually all in like the same hallway or hallways of the conference hotel. And so they just each have a room and they'll have like drinks and hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm here for
And
it.
yeah, and the drinks, it's like a cash bar, but they usually have tickets they give out. And if you know somebody at that college or university, like they'll hook you up with tickets. So basically, you just spend hours floating from room to room, eating whatever fancy food they have and drinking for free. And then
Okay,
you could
girls,
just,
sign me up.
yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of conferences. So I'm looking forward to party night and just milling from room to room and running into people I haven't seen in years while drinking.
Hell yeah.
I remember one year, um, University of Kentucky, the bourbon.
Hell yeah.
Makers is my favorite, and they had Makers and Coke that I was drinking for free, and just yeah.
That
So
sounds like a good night.
that'll be great. Yeah.
So, yeah, again, I expect a full report, which,
Yes.
we'll probably wind up hearing, some bits and bobs from that next week. Boom.
I'm sure it'll be part of the worsening.
Hell yes. Alright, well, until then, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will see you next week. Adios.
Generic sign off.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98 and at AndSarahSaid. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice. Like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch and Facebook, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature, or consider donating to our Patreon for early access to episodes and fun bonus content. Thanks for listening!